The Detroit Lions pass rush is a sight for sore eyes, ranking near the bottom third of the NFL with a measly 23 sacks. To put that in perspective, the Baltimore Ravens, I want to say, have close to 50. And since the trade for Chase Young, the San Francisco 49ers have 15 sacks. You know how many sacks the Detroit Lions have in that same amount of time? Two. You have to account for someone when you have a guy like Chase Young or a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, you have to account for those guys. So that's all teams have to do is game plan around Aiden Hutchinson. The next person would be Aleem McNeil with 5. After that, Alex Anzalone. So if you're following along with me, we have a defensive end with 5.5 sacks, a defensive tackle with 5, and a linebacker with 3. That's a problem. And we didn't make a move at the trade deadline. What we did do is sign Bruce Irvin, who I affectionately called the land before time because he's 30 years old, fresh off the couch. And with Darius Leonard available and with the waiving of Derek Barnett, it's going to be curious to see if the Lions want to change anything. According to Dan Campbell yesterday, we have our guys and we were getting pressures with those guys. Well, pressures can cause problems, but sacks can cause more. All right. They result in a loss of yards. Instead of a 2nd and 7, you have a 2nd and 15. That's a big deal. That's a big when you're playing field position game. But my guy, Brian Baldinger, who I actually grew up watching this guy in the NFL. This is coming from his Twitter account. Here's what he had to say about Hutchinson. And for everybody that says he's a bust or he's this or that, Hutchinson is the best that we have. And he's also very good at what he does. He can get better, but dude is in his second year, right? He's in his second year. He put on muscle during the offseason. In my opinion, Hutchinson is only going to get better with time. His work ethic is phenomenal. If you've seen the St. Brothers podcast, he didn't even have an hour to give to St. Brown and his brother, right? Because he's that focused on his craft. Trust me, this guy is going to get better. But it's hard to get to the quarterback when the defense game plans exclusively for you. There's nobody else that any team has to worry about from other than Hutch. Here's what Baldinger have to say. So the question that I have for the fans watching this video is, how many sacks, how many people does it take to stop Aiden Hutchinson from getting a sack? Let's find out. This is coming from Brian Baldinger's Twitter account. Check this out.
Let's watch the meticulous game planning by the Packers on a short week. Jordan Love weighs the rookie Tucker Kraft in motion. That's the Lions' best player, 97, Aiden Hutchinson. Kraft is going to hit Hutch first. Then they pull the center, Josh Myers, out. And after he gets done with them, then Myers hits him. And then after A.J. Dillon takes the play-action fake, he goes and he hits Hutch. We're not going to let Hutch destroy or ruin this offense today so that Jordan Love can make this sidearm throw to Malik Heath, his second catch of the season.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how many offenders it takes to stop Aiden Hutchinson. As you can see from that play, we'll run it back. I want you to see from this play, again, they had, when you have nobody else to game plan for, it's easy to stop. You've got the tight end. Then you have the center who pulled all the way over. Brian Baldinger got to get a tripod. This guy comes from all the way over to block Hutch. And then Dillon stopped him as well. But I want y'all to see something. Look, we're going to let this play one more time. Shout out to Brian Baldinger again. So if we go back and we watch this thing. So come on, Brian, you got to get a tripod, bro. All right, so we're going to let this thing play. There's one. That's the tight end. The center right here has already snapped the ball. Now, this is how much you don't have to worry about anyone else on the Detroit Lions. The center has now pulled, and his job is to stop Aiden Hutchinson. Tracy Walker, he got a clear path. I don't know what the scheme was on this play. Not saying he needed to rush, but this is how the opposition is not concerned with anybody but Hutch, right? Tracy Walker, all this space, nobody cares. Alex Anzalone, all this space, nobody cares. Benito Jones, one-on-one, got to win your one-on-ones. He's not really doing that. Now, I want you to look on right here. Aleem McNeil, right here. You're going to see what happens with Aleem McNeil. The center's going to come over here, but another guy is going to help block. There's the guard here. He's going to come as the center pulls to block Hutch. The guard is going to help block Aleem McNeil. So if you count it with me, that is 3 people on 2 guys. 3 people on 2 guys. Look at that. Aleem McNeil. There's 2 people on him right here. 3 people. They had to look at Derek Barnes. Again, I don't know what the coverage assignment was, so I'm not going to put, well, these guys didn't rush the passer. We're strictly talking about defensive line here. Without an actual guy that you have to account for, you can afford to put 3 people on 1 player, 5 people on their offensive line, including the tight end, is on 2 people. And with that, Aleem is essentially almost wins his one-on-one and gets to the quarterback. He was just a little too late. He was a step off. Because right there, Jordan is about to throw the ball. Come on, Brian, get a try. Look at that. Look how close Aleem McNeil was. So anybody that wants to disrespect Aleem, he was winning his one-on-one and almost got to Jordan Love. I mean, you're talking about a step, and that could have been a strip sack fumble. So when you talk about the lack of a pass rush, that's something we have to talk about. And you better believe it. We're going to talk about it. So be ready. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, man. You're talking about Aiden Hutchinson. Everybody wants to call him. He's not. Now, can he improve? Yes. Can I improve making videos? Yes. Can Jared Goff be a better quarterback? Yes. Everyone has room for improvement. But to call him, to say that he's a bust or he's not doing this or that, the dude is doing all that he can. But when you literally have 3 people you have to run to, and all because there is no one on the other side of this offensive line. Let me see. How many people did they have on the line? You had Benito Jones, Aleem McNeil. I don't know who was on the other side if the Lions had 4 men on the line. But that's an issue. That is an issue. And it comes down to not only scheme, but personnel. And personnel, in my opinion, falls on Brad Holmes. And we're going to talk about him. Believe that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I'm feeling some type of way, man, today. I'm feeling some type of way.